What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're gonna do a analysis on Nxpe versus Bren, which is on game number 1 specifically. All right. So I wanted to go over this because I just wanted to show you guys how this specific team comp, how Bren executes it. It's pretty much the Protect the Melissa team comp, and the way they drafted it is really well as well. Like the way it's planned out, it's really good. They met their draft conditions. They know their win conditions. They know what's strong against this team comp. And they made sure that it's not something that the enemy team could easily counter in the draft because they last picked the Diggy. But yeah, anyways, surprisingly, I'm wearing a brand jersey, but it's not on purpose. I just don't have any more clothes to wear. I'm still waiting for laundry. But anyways, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell before we start. And yeah, let's get right into it. Let's look at the draft first and how they what's it called? How they executed the draft. So we have a Fanny ban, of course, for Kyle TZ. We have a Kaja ban, pretty common. Eve ban, which is pretty common as well. And then for the other hand, Joy and Wanwan is always almost always banned. There's only like a couple teams that open up Joy and Wanwan if they're not scared. And they ban the glue because they plan on picking Fredrin, right? When an enemy team picks a glue, in most cases they want a utility tank on their team, right? So anyways, NXP actually first picked Framis, but you cannot see here for some reason. It's like a bug on their graphics, I guess. Yeah, and then after NXPE picked Faramis, Bren answered back with a Valentina, knowing that they could take the Faramis ulti, right? And they answered back with a Fredrin, which they planned out because they banned the glue. That's why Fredrin is good. So now, there are other ways to approach the draft here by picking... these guys cannot pick Akai. Because if they pick Akai, Valentina's going to have Hurricane Dance, and it's going to make it harder for Fredrin to actually secure the turtle, because the Valentina is just gonna Hurricane Dance the Akai. It's gonna be a Beyblade battle, so that's why they picked the Martis and they have a Benedetta for a back line. The thing is, the draft conditions for Bren is they third pick Melissa here really often once they see that the XP, like, there's no hard backline XP for the opposite team. For example, Lapu, that's a really hard backline XP. Another example would be Yu Zhong. That's a really hard backline XP. But they have Benedetta instead. It is Benedetta could go to the backline, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to actually pressure a Melissa who has an ulti as well. Whereas Lapu has an immune on his ulti and Yu Zhong has an immune on his dragon, and he also has Petrify, which is really useful as well. Unlike Benedetta, I guess if you have a really good ulti and Melissa doesn't ult on time, then maybe Melissa is really good. But yeah, Melissa is a lot easier to deal with compared to Lapu and Yu Zhang. So now we see that Bren is actually banning Ruby, and I'm surprised. Actually, I'm not surprised. That they didn't ban the Farsa, knowing that Farsa counters Diggy, right? Because they already have a position 4, and I think they are aware that Nxpe Minana is they don't play position 5 Faramis, but there are teams that do roamer Faramis, by the way. All right, and then these guys banned Ling for some reason. I don't know why, because Brand could still flex the Fredrin. This could still go XP, but I don't get why they should ban Ling, because Ling is kind of hard against this team composition. So for me, I think NXPE should have just ban something else. Like, knowing this team comp, if they did their research, especially not even just Bren in general, just Melissa in general. When a team picks Melissa, most likely what they will draft is Protect the Melissa strat, right? The composition is Protect the Melissa. But from what it looks like, they're not aware about it. Yeah. But here they banned Bea. You might be asking why. Probably the reason why is Bea is a really good defender when it comes to clearing lanes. She has a lot of wave clear, so it's hard to punish her and push and get platings. So that's why they banned Bea. So an option here would probably be Brody on this team, because they don't have a backline yet. But most likely they will probably like deny pick something. Deny pick a backline. But they don't have to deny pick because these guys already have a Benedetta. But they probably don't want how do you say this? They want to last pick the Diggy just in case it gets countered. But to avoid getting countered, they safe picked a Lapu, right? Who's a good backline against Faramis. And I don't know why these guys didn't ban Lapu for some reason. I really don't know. Because usually it's a consensus that Lapu is a really good semi-counter to Faramis because the AoE damage is just so strong. The ulti is really low cooldown. Still, it's at like 15 seconds, 20 seconds. And you could just keep wasting Faramis ulti, right? So I really don't know why. Maybe Atlas for Lapu would have been a really nice ban for NXPE instead of Ling Atlas. Alright, for me. But anyways, NXP also picked the carry here. So a carry pick would be really good if they have some sort of pick-off roam. But let's see what they pick here. I forgot what they pick here. So they need a pick-off roam. But the problem is there's no more Kaja. Maybe a Franco could be really good here. But yeah, a Franco carry is like a really good combo. I'm sure they play Franco. But I'm pretty sure they played Kadita instead. Let's skip through it. Yeah, they played Kadita instead. I'm really not sure why though. Because yeah, the Diggy's open. They just got baited, which is the hard part. Like you're gonna have bombs all over the place to have vision for you. So Kadita's not gonna roam around the map so freely. And plus, even if you do catch someone with a Petrify combo, Diggy's there for the ulti, right? And I don't even know if... I don't think they need any Purifies at all. Melissa's going to take Inspire easily, and they're going to last pick the Diggy, which is why I also said earlier that they executed the draft so well as well for Bren. Like, they planned this out so well. So yeah, they last picked the Diggy, and now they could bully this lane. Like, even if Kadita goes to the gold lane and tries to help carry, I don't think it's going to be enough. First of all, carry is single target, doesn't clear as fast as like a Brody or a Bea. So like that's the hard part. I don't know what the reasoning is for this. I guess their team composition, they just didn't synergize well. They're good picks, but it just doesn't fit well together is what I mean. Alright? I think Brody would have been a lot better here. And like yeah, Brody and something else here. Maybe a safe pick. Maybe a choose kind of hard, but they don't have much choice. If they do carry Franco, that would have been better, or they could have done like a Brody Franco, something like that. Could have been a lot better. But yeah, Bren executed the draft so well. They can counter the Kadita. Kadita's like almost deemed useless as long as Melissa and Diggy stick together. Alright, so we already know how this is gonna go. Like, a lot of people actually do this with Benedetta. They go mid first because their mobility is so high that they capture one of the mid bushes first and try to poke, and then go back into lane and then get level 2, as you can see. Benedetta right there. So yeah, a lot of Benedetta do this, so be aware of that if you're against a Benedetta. Very well played from Ding DR. But anyways, what's gonna happen here is pretty much just enable the Melissa, alright? That's Bren's plan. You have Fredrin, who could also protect the Melissa. You have Diggy, who could protect the Melissa. You have Lapu, who could counter the Faramis ulti, right? And you have Melissa, who's really good against Faramis because Melissa has AoE damage. And you have Valentina, who could steal Faramis ulti. So it's just so much protection on Melissa. It's like having Faramis and Diggy on the same team, but have poke really hard, insane early game and poke as well. Right now, this is not looking good for Few. Actually, a really bad early game from Bren, considering that Few died twice already in under 1 minute. I don't know what happened to Few. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty bad. That's a really bad start from Bren. But they need to stick to their win condition. Let's see here. They could actually go... I don't know if they could contest Turtle this time, because Few died twice and they are kind of behind, I'm going to tell you. Goyong DR is going to go to the XP lane. They're going to cut the XP lane to get level 4 and get positioning way earlier. A lot of Filipino teams do this. Like pre-Turtle, they like to cut lanes, but they didn't do it. They got scared of Fredrin and Lapu. Alright. It's kind of hard for Bren to actually contest this Turtle since, yeah, Valentina 0-2. Still needs to farm. And most likely, what they want a trade of is this right here. You can see on the gold lane, Even though NXPE is comfortably getting the turtle, Bren is getting all these plating. Look, it's gone. It's literally gone in 2 minutes, and the gold lead is about the same. But the gold went a lot on your gold laner who you're trying to enable and get to late game and scale as fast as possible. So that's the good part about what Bren did. But NXPE, they're playing really well right now as well. And I would say that is a even trade. It's not in favor of anyone. But NXPE is winning, obviously, because few kind of fucked up the early game. But let's see how they come back from this. Nice freezing. So if you guys are wondering why Marco is actually holding this minion, he wants his minion to stay right here even just for a bit, so that the minions can go towards their side of the map and they could freeze and poke the enemy so that carry cannot farm and Diggy can just keep throwing bombs. So that is wave management 101. Just simple freezing lane. If you're a gold laner, it's a must. It's a must to learn wave management. Right? Check into it. Even other games have it, not just ML. So yeah, check it out. Even in XP lane, you could kind of do it. Yeah, in XP lane. But in most cases, like if you have a Benedetta, you want to clear as fast as possible and out-rotate a Lapu, since Benedetta has more mobility, as you can see. Benedetta wave cleared, and then he's going to go mid and help Faramis clear, and then he's going to go back into lane. So that's what high mobility heroes do. I don't know how Ogwen actually got caught here. Very slow reflexes considering that he's a Diggy. Or maybe just too much damage. Not horrible reflexes, just too much damage from Kadita. Early game. And that's why Kadita is actually really scary. Even if you purify, if she hits you directly with her ulti, like the damage still freaking hurts. Alright? So for NXP's win condition is they need to stop this Melissa from scaling at all. So that's why they're putting 4 people there to stop the snowball in any way of Melissa, right? But yeah, Diggy died once already, Valentina died twice, and I think they're just playing it slow right now for Bren. Ding DR forced a retry right there, so that's pretty good for NXP, and they're actually playing better now. Yeah, this NXP team, they're playing better. I guess they're starting to get more comfortable on stage. Nice ulti from Lapu, but still not enough to take the turtle, even though they're both level 7 for Fredrin and Martis. But the same thing is just going to happen. Right? Diggy is just going to stick next to Melissa, protect this lane, and NXPE, they're doing their best to counter this type of strat by visiting gold lane often, right? So that's why you're seeing a lot of brawl type of things in the gold lane. We see Diggy here putting a lot of vision with the bombs. They're just going to farm. Nothing too serious here. Very, very simple game plan, right? So what Lapu's win condition is here is, his job is to waste the Faramis ulti as quick as possible. Or go into the back line into like a carry or something. So let's see if Flap will do that. He's going to be like very important later on team fights. And then Super Marco, he just needs to position well. As long as he positions well, Valentina can ult him with a Faramis ulti. Diggy could ult Melissa with the Diggy ulti times journey. So let's see right here, put some bombs. Oh my god, there it is. That's what I'm talking about. As soon as you get to mid game, it kind of gets useless. Kadita becomes useless when there's a Diggy. And we see Lapo right here sustaining a 2v1. Very well played from Flap. And he even oh, did he get Benedetta? No, he did not. He did not get Benedetta, but he ended up clearing the lane, which is important. That means they can't trade anything. NXP just yet, they cannot trade anything just yet. Most likely NXP is just gonna push this anyways. The minions are gonna push it anyways. So Kyle is gonna try to defend the XP lane. I don't know if he's gonna get there in time. He is. Okay, it looks like NXP is actually planning on setting up for a turtle next. Maybe defend this last wave and then set up for a turtle. Let's see. Yeah, they're setting up for this last wave and see if they could waste some type of ulti. But the bombs are just... the presence of the bombs is just too strong. Let's see, Martis is doing a 1v3 to try and steal the turtle, and this team is trying to stop Melissa the best they could by putting 4 people here. So, I mean, NXPE understand their win condition as well. They definitely do, from what I can see. They gave away the turtle. They're still winning. So they gave away a turtle for a tower. That's still an even trade, I would say. I would actually want the tower more. A tower more. To be honest with you. More map pressure. Oh, we see Melissa here playing really aggressive. I don't know why Marco... Okay. I got kind of worried a bit because Marco and Diggy kind of separated for a bit, right? So no ulti for Melissa right there. They're probably gonna force this bot lane. Let's see. Lapu is gonna try his best to clear this lane, or he's gonna give it. They're just gonna trade, as you can see. They're just playing the numbers game. Like, Filipino teams are really good at this. They know how to read the map really well, and they play the numbers game and just trade. They don't contest for everything. Yeah. This is really good. Like, almost all the teams in PH knows how to trade correctly. Okay, Ding DR did his best to try and defend that tower, but it wasn't enough. He got all the minions, but there's a 3 seconds like vulnerability on that tower after the minions are gone. So they still get it. So it's a top lane tower for a bot lane tower. But Nxpe has 2 towers, so Nxpe is still a little bit ahead. Melissa's starting to get scary. As you can see, like, everybody's around her. Faramis ulti with the Valentina, right? And Diggy. Just, it's like triangle offense. You're pretty much seeing Phil Jackson in Mobile Legends. Triangle offense. They're just gonna stick together, those 3. Stick together, protect Melissa. Just let her farm. That's the win condition. And the win condition for Nxpe, maybe burst out like the frontliners, waste some ultis, make sure Faramis hides so that Valentina cannot get the ulti, and then go in last second with the Faramis. That's the only win condition. I would say the Nxpe E win condition is a lot harder, whereas Bren's team composition win condition is a lot more straightforward and easier to execute. You see, it's kind of no-brainer. Oh shit, here we go. Okay, no need to ulti just yet. I think Diggy is building like tanky because he seems really tanky. There's the ulti right there. Kadira is useless, like I said, so it's pretty much a 4v5 now. Then you're just triangle offense. I'm telling you, triangle offense. Oh my god, Lapu. Like I said earlier, Lapu's job is to waste the Faramis ulti. So every time Faramis is out of position, Lapu is just gonna go into you and try to force you to ulti. And it's worth it because Lapu's ulti is like 15 seconds. Where Faramis ulti is like 30-40 seconds, right? So that's why I was not really sure why Nxpe didn't ban Lapu. Lapu is really good against Faramis. Yeah, they kind of messed up there. Like, the Ling ban was not necessary. Okay, Ogwen does not have ulti just yet, but he's tank build. I'm not sure why Faramis ulted. Why? He got away. Ding got away. He panicked, maybe. I'm not sure. That was a premature ulti, I would say. There it is. There's the Lapu. After the Faramis ulti, you just go AoE damage, and it's just so strong. It's a 50-50 red tree, from what it looks like. Oh, they want to fight. They want to fight because they still have Valentina Faramis ulti. Oh, the red tree battle goes to Nxpe though. I think Bren kind of rushed that a bit. Because they already won the team fight. Yeah, Bren rushed that way too fast. They already won the team fight by picking off Kadira, by wasting Faramis ulti, and by getting Benedetta low. So the only choice there left is try to focus hero, because the Mortis was staring right into the Lord, like 5 meters away from the Lord. So I think they should have focused the hero first instead of the Lord, and just reset. Have Fredrin focus on Retribution, I guess, and then everybody else focus on Mardis, poking Mardis. But they kind of rushed it, and they gambled a 50-50 retry, even though they won the team fight. So now they got punished by losing the Lord and losing a couple of towers. So here we go. We see Dicky with a, oh my god, Ogwen making like a making a play with Diggy, flicker second skill, and a triple kill for Fredrin. What happened there? Let's go back again. Give me a second. Sorry about that. I'm gonna be replaying a lot of times. All right, they just wanted to waste the Faramis ulti. Domeng DR got caught by Diggy, knowing that Carry does not have flicker. So this small information, Bren punished with, right? Knowing that carry doesn't have flicker, oh, Diggy's like, oh shit, I'm gonna go try and make a play with this guy. So good awareness. I also don't know why Faramis forced to first skill the who was it? The Valentina, I think. I forgot because he already forced the Faramis ulti, right? So that's all you wanted to do and just play it safe. But he still went in. Like he first skilled into the Valentina and went back, which made the position a lot harder. Because if Faramis commits to Valentina and tries to first skill pull, that means Carry's gonna he's gonna wanna follow up. That's why Carry was such in a bad spot, right? Because he wants to follow up what Faramis is doing. So that's why I said Faramis kind of messed up. Kind of messed up. So, yeah. Kadira already did his job earlier by wasting the Faramis ulti. But now, Faramis just got kind of greedy, I would say. But it wasn't such a big punish for NXPE. They just had carry die and almost push mid. That's about it. So it's not too bad. We see a triangle offense again, as you can see. Everybody's around Melissa. So if you're like if you want to push rank, it's really good. This team comp is really good. Just make sure there's no Farsa, alright? The only reason why there's no Farsa is because they early picked the Faramis here. That's why they're comfortable giving the Faramis. As long as there's no Farsa. Don't pick Diggy when there's a Farsa. It's really hard. Who else is good against this team comp? Like Lapu's really good against this team comp. Farsa's really good against this team comp. Atlas would be good if there's no Diggy. So like if you see a Melissa and you know a team plays the Diggy, just ban the Diggy second phase. But yeah, we see Melissa poking here, which is really good. Because Boyet DR needs to back up. Oh, they're kind of rushing Lord a little bit again, Bren. They want a 50-50 again. Bren! Why are they playing like this? I don't remember teaching them that. I don't remember that. Why are they rushing Lord every time? Yeah, that's twice now. Because they got the poke on Martis, the Faramis ulted. They should have just stick to hero. Usually Kyle will shot call if hero or Lord. Let's watch that again. Sorry about that. Jesus. Alright. At 50%, they should decide whether to go hero or Lord. Okay, they went... Oh, Marco kept hitting the freaking Lord. And Fredrin hit the Lord too. So that's why they messed up. I think they wanted to hero, but the Lord just got really low. Because Kyle kept hitting it as well. And Marco also kept auto-attacking it when he was trying to poke the Martis. So it got really low to like 30%. Which makes it really hard to reset the Lord. And they got it stolen again. If Bren was executing this Lord fights a lot better, I think they could have won a while ago. To be honest with you. But they're getting these Lords stolen, which prolongs the game even more. So that's the hard part. Because they could easily just focus hero and they would beat this team composition. They have Lapu, AoE damage. They have Diggy, counter Kadita. And even in a type of way, carry, right? You can take off the passive for a bit. But they're rushing these Lords. Very unusual for them. Because in their previous matches at least, they didn't play like this. Or they didn't approach the Lord fight like this. That's what I meant. Wait. Okay, let's see here. They're just trying to gather info, so they know there's 4 people here at mid lane, and they know Benedetta's alone on the bot lane. So this is why Diggy Bombs are so useful. They're going to use this info to their advantage. Let's see what they're going to do. The Lord is still 70 seconds. Oh my god. I don't know what happened there. I think Diggy was trying to put a bomb on the tri-bush right here, but Kadita just almost bursted the Diggy. I don't know what his build is. I'm guessing he should build Athena's because the only way Diggy could die here is this, or a carry. But there's really no counter item for a carry, so there's no point. Right? So let's see here. What else? Look at look at Marco's gold. 12,000. They enabled Melissa so well, and it's late game. All right, they wait. Oh, this guy's dead. Nice pick off. Oh my God, Ding DR, what a play, bro. What a second skill. And Nxpe wants to punish by pushing mid, but I don't think it's gonna be enough because Melissa's there for the wave clear. It was nice try though from Bren because most teams, if you look at the timer for the Lord, it's usually at 30 seconds when a team decides to try and pick off. Alright? Before the Lord spawns. Because if they do pick off someone 30 seconds before the Lord spawns, at 16 minutes into the game, most likely they will be dead when the Lord spawns. But if you try to pick off some... Oh shit. Alright. Nice Diggy ulti right there. No more Kadira ulti. No more carry ulti. Lord dance now. I'll go back to what I was saying earlier. If you pick off somebody with like 50 seconds left on the Lord, before the Lord spawns, they're gonna respawn when the Lord spawns. Hopefully that makes sense. They're gonna respawn by the time Lord spawns again. So meaning your pick off doesn't do shit, right? Except for map pressure, I guess. But anyways, here we go. That's why teams would most likely engage 30 seconds before the Lord. So keep that in mind when Lord dances. Alright, let's see if Nxpe is going to do a retake here. Diggy bombs are just poking them. I think we need Melissa to poke. They're trying to gather more info. They want their wave management on the side lanes as well. That's why they're holding this Lord. And Nxpe, they're in a good spot to retake actually. There it is. There's the retake. Oh, they messed up. All right, they disengage. Chill. They just want. They're trying to take advantage of the Benedetta having more mobility than Bren. So actually, if I'm Nxpe, oh my God, he kind of forced that a little bit. Oi, Diggy, nice pick off from Ding DR right there, and nice. Ooh, Marco, you're about to be dead. Ding DR is making these plays. Look at double kill. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Nxpe actually played that really well. Yeah, they played that really well. They just forced a team fight. And they just went in one, like what Brusco DR is doing, even though he's like hard counter. He's trying to just sacrifice himself and try to force these guys to ulti of some sort. So that his team can actually get some sort of advantage. So even though he's countered, this guy is actually doing pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, where's Martis? Martis is dead, so they don't have retribution. If Kyle does not retry this, I don't know what to say. They should be able to get this pretty easily. Yeah. There's no carry, there's no Martis. This is pretty easy. Alright, just back off. Yeah, just back off and defend. Nxpe can't do anything. Maybe another way for Nxpe to approach that is, since they do have the Benedetta, and the enemy team don't have any split, well, Bren doesn't have any split push, right? There's Fredrin and Lapu, who they're not split push capable. They're team fight heroes. So what Nxpe could have done is maybe like pressure the side lane with Benedetta instead of joining the team fight. But what I saw earlier was Benedetta was actually pressuring mid. He could have done both, actually. After clearing mid, maybe he could have gone to the long lane, and you know, Martis just stays here, try not to get poked. Try to steal the Lord, pretty much. That's the best possible thing that Nxpe could have done in that specific scenario. Because if you go on a full-on team fight against this team that counters you, that counters your hero, it's not you're not working in your favor, right? You're at a disadvantage. Unless they really misplay their mechanics a lot. Okay, they need to give up a couple of towers. And Bren, they're just sticking to their win condition, protect the Melissa. Right? Protect the Melissa, have Lapu Lapu waste all this Faramis ulti. There it is. Oh my god. Flap is still aggressive as always. Never changed. Kadita is gonna be dead right there. Like I said, Kadita is so hard. So hard to play here. Okay, Kyle TZ doing his job to try and zone. Flap might die here. Faramis ulti right there. Okay, they don't want to force things and rush things. This is good. Discipline, discipline. Good. The only major errors that I've seen from Bren so far is definitely the Lord, the two Lords. They rushed it. But this NXP team, they're playing a lot better now. They have a good understanding on how they want to win. They have a good understanding on their win condition. And in terms of mechanics, especially Ding DR, this guy, Jesus Christ. Surprising me. Really surprising me. Not gonna lie. Because he's been making a lot of plays, focusing the Melissa, killing the Diggy. What is Diggy's build? Oh, Diggy's actually hybrid. He's not full tank. So, Enchanted Talisman, Athena's for the Kadita. That's why he still seemed kind of squishy. Every time Kadita ults. And really squishy to Benedetta. But anyways, it's late game now. Most likely all the heroes almost have full build. So the gold lead won't matter at this point. It's all about who has the better macro and whoever manipulates the map better. Oh, they should pick this guy off. They have no other choice. They gotta go. Oh, they messed up. NXP, they hesitated. That's their only chance. That's their only chance. Is to pick that guy off. And hopefully Lapu Lapu is dead when the Lord spawns. Oh, here we go. Oi! Oh my god. They still win the team fight though. Kyle. This has been his problem since last playoffs. Retry. He's having trouble with Retry. Yeah, we had a problem with Kyle during the playoffs with Retry. He's having trouble with Retribution again. But still, like, these things shouldn't be happening. They're rushing Lord when Martis is right in front of them. It's still GG though. Wow. I don't know. NXP played really well, but Brent, they didn't take any Lords and they still won, just because they won the team fight, and Melissa just had free hit. Let's look at that last Lord fight. All right, so let's look at the HP of the Lord. First things first is you need the info on the enemy jungler, which is the Martis, right? So they have info on it, and they are actually poking this Martis. And I think they didn't expect Martis to come back in, considering that he's low, because they're trying to burst this Lord now, because they think Martis is gonna back off. But what Martis did, considering that Faramis is here, he went back in. And these guys backed off. That's the kind of crazy part. Oh, he got knocked up. Fredrin got knocked up. He stood still. The Lord is on NXP's side. That's why it took a lot longer. I think if Kyle didn't get knocked up, this Lord would have been easily Kyle's. And then Melissa just got free hit. That's why. I was wondering, like, that seemed like a free Lord. Martis is low, kind of far, getting poked. You have the info. He got knocked up, so no wonder why he couldn't retreat. But yeah, that's the triangle offense by Bren. The protect the Melissa. So if you're playing 5-man with your friends, try this team comp out. Just make sure that there's no Atlas if you don't have a Diggy. There's no Atlas if you don't have a Diggy. There's no Farza specifically, right? There's no Farza. Savior is also really good against this team comp. Savior. Lapu Yuzhong, those are pain in the ass if there's a Lapu Yuzhong against this team comp. And an Assassin. Like, Assassins are really good against this team comp. Like Fanny, I would say even Hayabusa or Ling would be pretty decent against this team comp. Or Lance. Lance Tank could work against this team comp as well, just to put pressure on Melissa to counter this team composition. So yeah, if you want to try that out, go try it yourself. Play 5-man with your friends. Just stick with Melissa, pretty simple, and win the game. but don't rush the Lord. Anyways, yeah, hopefully you guys like the analysis. I haven't done an analysis in a very long time. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and hit the like button as well. And that would be all. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out. Peace.